Welcome to Attleboro Update. Over the last several weeks, Massachusetts has seen record-breaking amounts of snow. Even with crews working around the clock, the clearing of roads and sidewalks is often slow-going and lead to school delays and cancellations. The Attleboro School Committee has been working out ways to make up those snow days, and to find out more, we spoke with Attleboro School Committee Chair Dave Murphy.
It's been a very difficult winter, needless to say. We've had several school cancellations due to inclement weather. Began with the blizzard in the last week of January and has sort of continued ever since that time. So it's been difficult. Parents have employed a tremendous amount of patience, which we're grateful for. We're grateful to the efforts of everyone in the municipal government and the Department of Public Works who have endeavored to try to help us get the schools open as quickly as possible. At the end of the day, school cancellations are the superintendent's call, and he has very clear instructions from the school committee that there's really only one criteria, and it has to do with student safety. And when it's safe, the schools will open. When they're not, the schools will be closed. It doesn't really matter sort of what public opinion might be or how many days we've canceled already. It comes down to, in the superintendent's opinion, is it safe for students to get to school. This year, amount of snow over a very short period of time has been record-breaking. It's posed all sorts of challenges. It's required us to look at all different types of contingency planning, and that's something that continues right now. Today is Wednesday, February 11th. As of today, Wednesday, February 11th, the last day of school is Monday, June 29th. That means that is Monday, June 29th, if there are no additional cancellations, which I can't promise, and if there are no adjustments made to the schedule, which I can't promise. So Monday, June 29th for now, and we're going to do everything we can to keep people informed as the process plays out, and we see if we have to make any adjustments one way or the other. We did make one adjustment today. The superintendent extended the student school day for Friday, February 13th, which originally was going to be a professional development day, meaning students would be dismissed halfway through the day. Staff would stay on for the remainder of the work day to do their professional development, various workshops. Given the amount of instructional time that had been lost because of the cancellations, the superintendent decided to extend the student day to a normal day. That does not offset the makeup days toward the end of the year. It doesn't count in any way different than it would have toward the 180 days that were required to have school, but it does get students back into the classroom and in front of their teachers, which is where we want them. The school committee is very grateful to AACS for the work that you've helped us do with the School Committee Spotlight Series. We've had 4 or 5 events now where we've highlighted various aspects or initiatives within the school district and essentially devoted an entire school committee meeting just to highlighting that, whatever dimension we might be spotlighting on that occasion, just to sort of help tell the story of the school system and help people who maybe they're current stakeholders in the Attleboro schools and maybe they're prospective stakeholders in the Attleboro schools. We want to try to communicate as much as we can the types of positive experiences that people can have when they come join the Attleboro schools and when their children enroll.
Are there any more coming up that are?
I know that AACS is rooting for more to be coming up because I know how much extra work it can take when we sort of take the show on the road and bring the school committee circus to remote locations. But our hope is to have at least 2 more spotlight meetings during the 14-15 school year. Right now our focus is in just making sure that we have school, and once we actually have school, then we'll think a little bit about when and where the school committee spotlight meetings will be. But I would anticipate that we would provide a forum to talk about some of our early education programs like Project Connect and the Early Learning Center, Abacus, and just our elementary schools generally. Really provide a very positive experience for families who are coming into the school system oftentimes for the first time. And we want to make sure that we're able to give them a forum to sort of present that discussion and let people who are thinking about joining the Attleboro schools have a chance to sort of see what we're about. So I would expect that we would do that, and I think we would do certainly a spotlight meeting as we did last spring, highlighting some of the representative stories of students who are going to be graduating from our flagship school in Attleboro High School, the class of 2015. So I would expect that to take place in June. We've taken a look at various components of our transportation system to try to get a sense as to what we could potentially do differently. And so there are some of it is decisions with regard to procurement, and that was presented to the Municipal Council Capital Improvements Committee last week by our administrators, and some possibilities of changes that we'll make in terms of our internal fleet and how we operate that system, and then some policy changes that are geared toward allowing the system to be run in a more efficient manner, or to be administered in a more efficient manner. It has to do with the fee-for-service program and how we measure the radius from the school to the residents, and with regard to who's eligible for what type of service. For the most part, we think the sort of working draft that we're doing right now will have a minimal impact on families in terms of the sort of change of status with regard to where you live and what type of service is available to you. But it will provide us with a significantly greater flexibility in terms of how we operate the system, and essentially it'll allow us to develop the bus routes earlier, and then we get the information out to families and hopefully communicate in a more effective way. It has a direct impact on families, and we want to make sure that we get that information out to them. And the proposed policy will be available for review on the school district website starting sometime around the February vacation.